What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fan Club YouTube channel. I'm Will.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Lawson.
We're going to be talking with athletes, entertainers, and creators about how they built a brand for themselves.
So please make sure to like, subscribe, leave us a comment, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
Well, boys, we're here. This is our first official guest on the podcast. We want to welcome Jackson Olson. He reigns from New Milford, Connecticut, an infielder on the famous Savannah Bananas, the best baseball TikToker on earth, and a new friend of the hockey guys. Welcome to the fan club, dude.
That was a great intro. Thank you for that.
Didn't want to talk too much.
But yeah, what have you been up to with the off season right now?
Yeah, so I mean, we don't even really call it an off season now. It's like a prep season because we're that I kind of stole that from our director of entertainment, Zach Frangelo. He was saying that. But yeah, it's kind of weird that I'm playing baseball, but also getting ready to entertain as well. So I'm getting my body right. I'm eating healthier than I was. I was doing a Major League Baseball stadium tour where I was eating just every stadium food you can possibly imagine. I was gaining some weight, and I'm like, I'm playing baseball again. I better start getting on a diet. But yeah, I've just been hanging out, training, and making content.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny you say you did the baseball tour stadium food thing, because when we did the NHL tours of different rinks and stuff, I actually used your videos for like my inspiration, because I would also do that stuff. So that was a lot of fun. I will have to ask you, what was your favorite stadium to go to just for the food?
Just for the food, Kauffman Stadium, the Royals, and it's sad they're moving away from Kauffman Stadium. They're getting a new stadium, but it was incredible. I mean, when you think of Kansas City, you think of barbecue, and they crushed the barbecue there. Like it was insane.
That's unreal.
That sounds dynamite.
I do have one more thing to mention with the food. I noticed you're not a fan of olives.
Oh, I am no.
I'm right there with you. I like a lot of food, but olives will always stay off whatever I'm having. Nachos, sandwiches, pizza, not happening.
Yeah, you have to
Not
be
happening.
you have to be a little crazy to like olives, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's kind of like a Shrek food.
People are like, oh, it's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste. No, I'm never acquiring that ever. Ever. Like, get that out of my face.
So going back to what you said about training now, like you train and care about diet and everything more now, you were saying, than when you're playing college ball?
Yeah, I mean, I think when I was in college, I mean, we all know the grind of being an athlete, and when you're younger, I feel like when I was 18, 19, 20, I was trying to just gain weight. I was trying to just eat as much as possible, gain weight, and my metabolism is still like very high. But I feel like now I really have to hone in on, okay, I'm getting older. I need to start eating better food, better for me. And yeah, so I would definitely say I'm eating a lot healthier than I was.
How long is the bananas season? Is it longer than what you played in college?
It's so that there's more games, but over a very, very longer period of time. Mm-hmm. So we're playing 86 games as of now over a 9-month or 8-month period. So it's going to be a lot of off time, like a lot of days off, but also, I mean, we're going to be going like crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's basically professional, almost a professional schedule. Obviously not MLB, but like 86 games. That's a lot of baseball.
It's a lot. And when you think about it, like we get to the field, like I've only played 6 games. A lot of people don't know this. I've only played 6 games for the Bananas. And so I'm like new, like very, very new. And my first game or first show, what they like to call it, first show I come in and it's like we get in there at 10 a.m. and I'm expecting to just like hang out for a while. And we're making content. We're planning stuff for the game. What's going on tonight? Guys are learning the 3-2-2 dance, which is the one that always goes crazy viral with the infielders and pitcher doing a dance before they pitch. Mm-hmm. They're practicing that. Where the bat dog comes and we're training. Like I'm literally like we're training and getting the bat dog to bring me my bat, and it's just like crazy stuff. So when you think of 86 games, like I've only played 6, and we're about to play 86 of that same day, 86 times. Like it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, wow. you better dial it in. That's going to come quick too.
Do you think you'll get like worn out during those? Like, or what do you expect to feel like middle of the season and like near the end.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, baseball is not as grueling as hockey, for example. I mean, you guys, I don't know how you guys do it. I will never understand hockey, like how you guys are able to. I know you guys come in and out pretty fast, but still, it's like baseball. There's a lot of standing around, but in banana ball, there's not much standing around. So if you think you're just like hanging out for a little while, you're really not. You have to realize, all right, I have to after this inning, I have to sprint up to on top of the dugout to do a dance in the middle of the third inning, or I have to do a celebration that I totally forgot about that we trained and practiced before the game. I think there's just a lot to it that normal baseball doesn't really. You don't really see in normal baseball. It's a baseball game in the middle of a circus in the middle of a show. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
We can't wait to get down there.
Yeah.
Kind of transitioning here, before you became a banana, what really made you start social media and like learning at the beginning of making content? What did you find out that worked versus what didn't work? How did you fall in love with it? Kind of give us a background on why you even started this.
Yeah. So the reason that I literally like the actual reason why I started, two of my roommates at Hartford, my first school, UHart in Connecticut, they had the app. They had TikTok. I didn't have it. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what like Musically, Vine. I never had any of that stuff. I didn't even know what they were. Literally did not even know the name of them. And there was this trend going on, and it was the Rihanna challenge, like the Rihanna dance to Disturbia. And we got all these crazy outfits on. We did this dance. I didn't know it was for TikTok. I thought we were just doing it and just to like have and like it would be funny. So we literally practiced this choreographed dance, did it, and then they posted it. And I'm like, where are you posting that to? Like Instagram, Twitter? Like I didn't know. And they posted it to TikTok, and I started looking at the app, and I'm like, this is actually pretty cool. Like you can literally just post videos. I didn't know what Vine was, like I said, post videos. And there was no baseball creators on the app at that time. It was like late 2019, and I didn't see any baseball videos. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just like try to be the pioneer of this baseball TikTok. I know a couple other guys like Trevor Fonstrom, King of Juco. Those guys were like starting to post kind of at the same time. And it was cool to see all of the like how it started as just a couple of baseball creators, and it's I mean like hundreds and thousands of creators on the app. And I just started to I liked the interaction with people. I liked showing a different side of myself that no one had ever seen before. And yeah, so that was basically it.
That's crazy. Yeah, you got in early, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much when we started doing it too. Was like I scrolled down all the way to your first video because I had to check out when that was, and that was like in 2020, like right at the beginning, which was again, that was before we even started. So I could only imagine like the head start you got on the rest of those baseball creators. Like you said, you were the first one to start. Did you have any kind of kickback from any other players in the locker room when you're doing it? Did they think you were weird for doing it, or what was the vibe there?
Yeah, so my account right now, Jackson Olson _, was not my original account. I had another account, JD Olson 2, that I was posting in like August of 2019. And it was like the start of the semester I was posting, and some of my teammates were seeing it, and they were obviously like kind of not hating it, but just kind of like weirded out maybe a little bit by me doing it, because no one had ever done it before. It's like you think of guys that start doing something, like when you start it, people are going to hate it no matter what. Even if it's cool content, no matter what, people are not going to enjoy it, and they're going to say that it's weird. So I ended up deleting my first account that had like 25 videos. They all had like 100 views. They weren't viral at all. Deleted that account, and I had 2 accounts. I still have the Jackson Olson _ that I have now. And I posted like a couple videos on there, and I'm like, you know what? I'll keep this one just in case. So 2 weeks go by. I post a video of me playing baseball in the snow, and it goes viral. And I'm like, all right, maybe I'll continue this. And I continued posting every single day. It was another like 3 weeks before my next viral video, but I kept doing it, and I kept going. And I started caring more about like the actual content than the numbers. And I'm like, this means that I actually like doing it if I don't care about the numbers, the followers, any of that. And then, yeah, just kept going.
Yeah, so that kind of ties into what I was going to ask you about. Was there a specific time or a video that maybe caught someone's attention that they would have said to you like, hey, you're on to something here, you should kind of take this more seriously and really ramp this up because you already have a lot of big things going?
Yeah, I don't think there was ever a time where someone like said you should keep this going. I think it was my internal, like myself. I was like, I need to keep this going because I saw something in TikTok, which you guys definitely saw early on. And every creator that has like made a name for themselves and gotten a good following on there, realized something very early, that this was going to take over. This whole social media thing, short form video, was going to take over. I saw it from the very beginning. And I think when I realized it was when I saw other sports accounts like getting views and getting bigger, and it was just cool to see like the growth of other accounts while we were all kind of rising together. So I think it was really early on where I realized like this could be something huge.
Yeah, that's like when we were going to right off the bat, because there was no one doing it, no one in the hockey space. It was like our team, most NHL teams didn't even have an account. It kind of felt like we had some kind of superpower of growth because like any video we'd post, it would just do so well. And it was kind of a fun train to be on for those beginning years. And looking at your stuff too, it seems like you did a good job of kind of being the same person through those years as they went on. I know a lot of like people can like hop over to different things as they kind of went on. You've always had that baseball side of it to you, and I saw you shared a lot of your personal brand too, but was that ever a strategy for you, or you just kind of posted what you felt was kind of what you wanted to do?
Yeah, so I saw it as kind of a video journal. That was what I saw at first. And I didn't think that anything was going to come from it. I didn't know if I was going to keep doing it, but I realized like this is literally a video of my entire life. And so now when I make videos, I'm able to talk about my story. And people, when I talk about the beginning of the story, which was like 2019, people that have followed me since 2019 are like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember when he was doing Instacart, when he was at Hartford, when he was in quarantine making videos with his mom. Like people will remember that stuff. And I think it's really cool to like, so it was kind of a strategy, I guess, like you were saying, like it was a strategy. Like always being true to myself and kind of bringing people along on the journey, and never, like, obviously things I've done have changed. I went from being a college baseball player to a Major League Baseball ambassador to a grocery delivery boy, now to playing for the craziest team in sports, the Bananas. Like things I've done have changed, but I've tried to stay the same through all of them.
Yeah, that's interesting because we found a lot of success when, because people kind of attracted to the group that we have here, and they would care more about what we did on a daily basis than us going to an NHL game or something like that. So finding ways to allow an audience to really see who you truly are and them bonding with you, I think that goes a lot farther in the long run than just showing that you do cool stuff. Because we're all pretty normal guys too, just like you. So it's like these people, they feel a connection towards you and us, and we've kind of been on similar paths, I would say, which is exactly why we wanted to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like for both of our accounts, it's kind of like you guys have brought people along on your journey, and now you've literally exploded. Like you have an office, like you have all this stuff where it started from just you guys making fun videos, right? Like it was just fun for you guys, but it's still fun. And that's why you guys have been able to do this and make it so crazy. And I feel like you guys are at like the ground floor of what you're going to be at in a couple of years. And that's like, it's cool to follow you guys because I know that that's like, you guys inspire me to get like to where I want to be. And I think it's like all of us together, if we all like have those same aspirations, then it could be cool to see where we are in 3 years or 4 years. Who knows?
Unreal. I love that.
I love the way you explain that too, of how your videos is just like the story of what you're doing, like whether it was Instacart through COVID, now with the Savannah Bananas, because I feel that's kind of the way we've wanted to approach it too, is that whether we're on the same college hockey team or away in the summer or we go somewhere for Christmas break, those are all moments that we want to like capture. And now that we're in the office, it's not like we're changed or different. We're the same group and same people. We're just doing something different. We're in our office phase of now you started in college and now you're with Savannah Bananas. That's kind of like our transition too, of just the same person, the same content, just in a different story, really.
Exactly.
Which I thought you explained that really well.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's totally it.
So you kind of mentioned the future a little bit. So where do you really see yourself going in the next 5-10 years? What's the dream job? That's a simple way to ask it. Where do you want to take this eventually?
So yeah, I mean, I always think about this, and I think about like goals and stuff like that. And I've realized I've never been a goal setter. I've never been, and people are like, "Oh, what are you talking about? Like you're doing all these things." Like I don't set an actual goal to do something specific, because then if you don't accomplish that, you feel like you're a failure. So what I've done is I've set like, where's my energy at right now? And Jesse Cole, the owner of the Bananas, always talks about that. Follow your energy. And he told me one time, we were on the phone together, and I was like, yeah, I post all these videos about my dream, like, but I don't really know what my dream is. And then he's like, yeah, exactly, because you're following your energy. You think you know what your dream is, but you really don't sometimes, because you're just following what makes you energized. So I feel like that the Bananas right now is my current dream right now, is to play for the Bananas, and I am doing that. So I want to like soak this in as much as I can, and hopefully be involved with the Bananas for years and years, whether it's playing, being a part of what they're doing, because it's really special.
That's cool. I like that phrase, follow your energy. I think
Yeah.
we can somehow relate to that too. Like just going with what we love right now and see if it works. And once it dies down, we pivot to something else.
But hopefully it doesn't die down, and I don't think it will.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Exactly. Actually, wanted to touch on a bit. I always got really curious of how you kind of made it into this MLB creator team, or what was the correct term for
The
that?
creator class.
Was it creator class? The creator class, was that pretty much as simple as like, you obviously were making baseball content. Did you reach out to them though? Did you know it existed? How did that work, and how did that impact your personal brand really?
Yeah, we were back and forth a little bit when I was at Stetson. We made a few videos together. I rated Major League Baseball players' dance moves in the dugout. Pretty ironic, because now I'm a dancing baseball player. But they had me basically rate them in a video, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. We did a little wave challenge where we had 15 baseball creators like do the wave in unison for a TikTok during quarantine. So we had talked before, but never anything serious. And then they put out the video basically saying, hey, we're looking for creators. They didn't say anything else. They just said, we're looking for creators. And I'm like, what does this mean? Like, are we going to go to one baseball game, make a video, and that's it? Like, they didn't tell us. And I think that was a good thing, because I liked the unknown of like, what could this be? I don't know what this means. So that was like probably nearing the end of my career at Stetson. I didn't know if I was going to get signed, maybe drafted. I didn't know if I was going to continue playing baseball. So at that point, I was kind of in like a middle ground of not knowing what to do. But I realized like this could change my life, whatever this is. So they DM'd me on TikTok and said, hey, Jackson, how's the video coming along? And I'm like, what? And then I realized they were talking about the video to get in the creator class. And they didn't come out and like really say it. They were just like, how's the video coming along? And I'm like, I was like, oh, I'm thinking about making it this week, but I really wasn't thinking about making it at all, because I still wanted to play baseball. And then I ended up just making the video, and it was with me and my mom, and it was me telling her that I was playing baseball for the Yankees. And she's like, no, Jackson, you're going to be a creator for MLB. You're not going to play Major League Baseball. And it was just a funny video. And they basically said, do you want to be in this? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we had to make 12 videos, and there were 11 of us. They basically said, make 12 videos, do whatever you want. You have full creative freedom. You can go to baseball games. You can make a video in your basement talking about Alex Rodriguez. Like it didn't matter what it was about. They wanted to see basically like who was going to take this and make it something. And I realized that they didn't come out and say that, but I was like, they're looking for one creator right now. I had a feeling that like maybe at the end of this, they were going to pick one to like join them full time. So I was all this stuff was going through my head. So I ended up posting like 60 or 70 videos. We had to post 12. We only got paid for 12. Ended up posting like 60 or 70. And I'm like, I want to be the best creator. And there were amazing creators. Trevor Fonstrom, unbelievable creator. He posts a lot of baseball stuff. He actually got into other sports now. And a lot of people in that class were great. And that's the only reason I was able to go to travel the country and rank Major League Baseball stadiums, because Game Time went to MLB and said basically, who do you have for us? Like, who do you have a creator that we should go with for this? And they chose me to do it.
That's amazing.
Wow.
That's super cool. Do you see because we've done with the NHL and things, and do you see the MLB as being one of the top in using creators and using this kind of new wave of creator economy to help grow the game for a broader audience, I guess, because we've definitely had some challenges with the NHL. We love working with them, but there's also things that we want to go to them and be like, just let us do this, let us do this. And it's crazy that the MLB just gave you so much freedom to do whatever you want. So you'd say that they're probably up there with
Yeah.
NFL, NBA, and kind of giving more freedom to people to grow the game.
Yeah, the one thing I would say is that it's definitely easier with baseball for creators. I mean, if you think about like the logistics of everything, you go into a baseball stadium, every stadium is different. Like every stadium's different. There's so much stuff going on because the stadiums are huge. There's batting cages at some places. There's slides for little kids. Like there's so much to get content of. You can go on the field and get batting practice and like catch foul balls. Like there's so much stuff that you can do. And I think that's why it's easier for MLB to kind of get into this. And I do see other sports, like definitely hockey. Like I went to a Wolfpack, Hartford Wolfpack. It's the minors for the Rangers. Went to one of those games and I was getting so much content. I was like, this is so fun. And I feel like you guys are doing that and it's insane. It's so cool. But I think that NFL, NHL, all these organizations need to have a creator class. I think that was huge for Major League Baseball to kind of get into the creator like universe. And I think more sports have to hop on board with that.
Yeah, and I think the MLB is definitely. I was just kind of bringing that up because I would agree with you there. They're definitely trying to change the game, bring in a more fun atmosphere, I guess, because a lot of people in America think baseball's sort of stale or going to games, and since there's 162 games, it can definitely be like that. But yeah, finding a way to continue to grow the game and obviously having the right people do it, like yourself, I think is definitely the next step for these leagues.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
to
that
me-
it's. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that to me it was no surprise too that you were kind of picked as that guy to go to all these different stadiums because like I don't think, and same with NHL, that people aren't looking for those creators that are just baseball creators that are kind of in that lane where they can't just like you try all these different foods, you do a trend with a mascot, you do these fun voiceover vlogs, you're so creative and you have so many different like types of content that you can make that you're kind of perfect and you apply or like to a way broader audience than just someone that's always in that baseball niche. Because I think that I'm not sure what your fan kind of demo is like, but do you think that you've been able to go broadly to a lot of different audience members through what you post?
Yeah, I think that the other thing too, that's like I'm posting the food videos, I'm posting everything at the end of the day revolves around baseball that I post. Like mostly every single video at the end of the day, if you think of like a hashtag for what the video would be, a lot of it would be baseball. But the one thing I've been doing and I've done for a while now, for probably 2 years, is tell my story. So when I tell my story, it's at the end of the day, it's about baseball. It's about me being a baseball player, but it's also about family. It's about teammates. It's about growing up and learning, like, this is what you do. Like, it's a coming of age story that I keep telling. And there are different aspects that keep compounding. And I think that's why, like, I love following people that I can follow their story. So that's like a really cool thing that I do is I love following you guys because it's like your story from the beginning up to like what you're doing now, and your vlogs, your day in the life vlogs, like they've probably changed in the last year because everything you've done has just gotten bigger and more exciting. And so yeah, I think I'm able to like have a bigger audience just because I'm posting about my life, not just baseball, how baseball incorporates into it, but it's a lot about life.
And that's the key because that's what people, like you said, truly want to see is you and your life. And that happens to be a lot with baseball. But I think you just get yourself to another level when you approach it like the way you just explained. So yeah, I really agree with that.
I want to know, how good did it feel? We watched that viral video you had when that fan chirped you as you were about to hit, and then you went and slammed one out of the park. What was that feeling like when you did that?
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, I was getting chirped the entire weekend before that. And I think that was the first game. But even like during practice on the Thursday before we started the series, it was like there were people, there were fans, there were players there. They're all chirping me like, oh, TikTok kid, TikTok kid. Because no one really, like, I'm not sure if that would happen now because there are so many people posting now where it wouldn't really happen. But I was kind of like, all right, I'm expecting this to happen. And right, I get up to the plate. Everything went silent for the first time all weekend. And I hear a guy in the stands yell TikTok. I didn't hear him say stick to TikTok. I just heard him say TikTok. And I hit a home run. It landed about 10 or 20 feet from him. And I get in the dugout, and all the SEC, there were a couple SEC cameramen and girls that were there. And they were like, did you hear what that guy said to you? And I'm like, I heard him say TikTok. I was just pumped about the home run. I didn't really care about what anyone said. And they were like, no, he literally said stick to TikTok. And you hit it, and it landed like 10 feet from him. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to need that clip right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, coach, can I post this while we're playing?
That is great.
Yeah, that was like us, like at the start, when we first started posting our videos and stuff. When we were playing, it was still COVID, so there's no fans allowed at the games. So we kind of built up that reputation. So in games, anytime anything would happen, someone would be, oh, hey, TikTok, yeah, go make another TikTok, all that stuff. And then the next season, when we kind of had a little bit more traction, we'd have fans that would come to games and stuff like that. Then they'd have signs for us it'd be their own school. We'd be playing, but they'd have signs for us. So then we'd be able to kind of chirp back at them and say, hey, look, they're here to watch us, not you. So
that's awesome.
I wonder
there were definitely some negative signs too.
Yes.
Not everyone loved it.
Yeah, but the good outweighs the bad in that case when you have people that are like cheering for you. And that's the other thing too that I've realized. It's like another thing from Jesse Cole, but something that I've been thinking for a while now is react on the positives, not the negatives. Because once you start reacting on the negatives, then you become negative yourself. But when you react on all the positive stuff happening around you, all of that just gets drowned out. And I feel like you guys definitely think the same way because you've been able to get past all the hate or whatever you guys were getting. Like, not that the content you guys make, it's very hard to hate you. Like, you make it very, very difficult to not like you guys, the content you post. But I think that's it. It's just.
So let's go back to the banana ball. What's your favorite part about being a banana? What do you love about being able to go to the Diamond every day, and obviously the amazing atmosphere? We need to get down there this coming season. I guess you guys are going on a tour too. So yeah, what's your favorite part? What do you love about it? And what can you tell us about the tour?
Yeah, so favorite part I would say is just breaking down the wall between player and fan. I think I watched some videos, people's vlogs at major league stadiums, and when a player goes to sign an autograph, I saw a clip of a guy literally having to reach under the fence over like this little like barrier to get his ball signed, and then the ball got lost in this little, I don't know, it was just this long thing about this guy trying to get his ball signed. And we literally break down that wall so fans get an up close and personal, like not really sure how to exactly explain it. It's almost like you have to go to a game to see what happens, but in the middle of the game during a rain delay or whatever, we're in the stands hanging out, talking to fans. And I think it's really cool to be able to do that and just break it down where a fan comes to a game and knows they're going to be involved in some way, whether it's talking to a player, whether it's catching a foul ball for an out, because if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out. So bring your gloves if you guys come. Even your hockey gloves. Bring your hockey gloves if you guys come. But yeah, I would say it's just that. And I mean, before every game, we have a parade where the fans split down the middle and we run down the middle, give them high fives. And it's like literally a parade before every single game. And then at the very end of the game, we have a plaza party. So all the fans at the very end of the game go out in the plaza. Not sure how it's going to work on tour. There's a lot of like logistics on tour where we're not sure where we're going to do everything. But at Grayson Stadium in Savannah, it's so much fun. We have the band playing. we're hanging out with everyone
That
and
sounds
just
like
having
such
a
a
great
blast.
time.
It does sound fun.
And you guys, how many cities are you going to?
33.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
starts in May, June?
So our first game's February 17th.
February. Wow, that's exciting.
I'm leaving. I mean, let me see. I'm leaving in 11 days to go down to Savannah, and I realized I just need to get on the field because another part of banana ball, which I really want to get into more this year, is trick plays. I was nervous like to do any tricks. Our shortstop is the best trick master, whatever you call it, I've ever seen. And I mean, when you think of a baseball game, the ball's getting hit at you really fast. I play third base. Ball's getting hit at me really fast. So to do a trick between my legs or something, I like didn't think about that. I just wanted to make the play. But I think this year, a part that I'm going to love about banana ball is the ability to kind of like be free and show your athletic ability while also just having fun.
That's so cool.
That's the part that's really cool about it, is that it still forces you to want to be a good ball player, and it's not just about going out there like only to entertain. Like the fact that you can still go and like want to train in the summer, I feel like as a hockey player that would really kind of satisfy being kind of done with the sport but still involved with it, that it's serious enough where you actually have to push yourself to be better, right? So is that like, does being able to perform but also entertain, what's the back and forth with like if you get to get played or not with that?
Yeah, so I would say that there's a very like, even for instance in our practices, half the practice is us playing baseball and half is entertainment. So it's kind of split right down the middle. And I would say I put a lot more focus when I went down for those games. I hadn't played baseball in a year and a half, by the way, before I played in those 6 games, which was nuts. Um, and I put all of my focus into the entertainment aspect of it while also trying to like get back into baseball. So it's really nice to have this time right now to really focus on getting my body right, getting my body in baseball shape. Um, and yeah, once we get back there, we'll get into the entertainment stuff. But I think having your body ready, like you were saying, it's like we're still training like baseball players, and it's like you always want to train for your sport. And the other thing is like any team can win. Like it's not the Globetrotters. The Generals aren't getting beat by 50 points every game. It's like the Party Animals are going to win. They've won games. Like we play a competitive baseball game with just a circus going on in the background.
What's the vibe if you lose?
Honestly, like I was saying, that the plaza party at the very end, that like once you get in that plaza, you're fine. But I would say there's like a solid 5 minutes where like you don't want to talk to the other team. It's still baseball. It's still these guys we're playing with 6 guys who got drafted, like 1 first rounder for the Yankees. Like there are, and former Major League Baseball players too. So it's like we're all baseball players. Other thing I say is like Dalton Malden, our second baseman, he's a singer. You guys might have seen his stuff on social media. I'm a social media influencer, whatever. But when we all get on the field, we're baseball players, and that's it. Like we're just baseball players.
So what's your guys' setup like? Do you guys share apartments, or is there a couple of big houses? And do you live with the party animals? You guys hang out outside of that too, or what goes on off the field?
Yeah, we actually. So when I went down for the 3 weeks I was there, I lived with the host family because I was like, there's no point in doing like getting a place. I couldn't even get a place, so I lived with the host family. But now, just rented a house with 2 other guys. The shortstop Brian Cox, and the director of entertainment Zach Frangelo. So we'll be living in a house together. Other guys are doing kind of the same thing, either an apartment or a house. We have a couple guys living in not trailers, in RVs, and so they'll have like their RV and they'll put it in a certain place. They'll be there. It's kind of just it's tough because it's Savannah, Georgia. There's not a million places to choose from. But yeah, it'll be fun to be with those 2 guys this year, and it'll feel like college again a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That sounds like fun to live in an RV first.
That's what I'm saying.
It'd be a really fun. We took an RV to Nashville, and it was the best couple of days of our lives. So you can only imagine living in one.
That would be sick. Yeah, we might throw some parties in there with 5 people that it can fit.
Yeah.
Did you know anyone on the team beforehand, or did you go in completely cold?
I went in mostly cold. I'd seen guys on social media. Actually, my first interaction with a Bananas player was Dan Oberst, our first baseman. And so I was on a live stream and he requested to be in the live stream. and I'm like, oh shoot, like this is Dan, this is the first baseman. Like, what is this guy what's gonna happen? And I accepted him. I'm like, what's up, Dan? And we just had a conversation for like 30 minutes, and it was amazing. And I'm like, all right, this is a very important and integral part of the Bananas, and he's already accepting me as a Banana. So it's like, that's across the board. Every single person that I've met and played with, they're all incredible people. And yeah, it's crazy to think that like I could sit. Obviously, you have people on a team sometimes where you're like, oh God, like this guy.
Yeah.
There's no one between the party animals and Bananas, anyone in the staff, like every single person, I would say I'm friends with. Like it's crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Can't beat that.
Can imagine if anybody like that kind of sticks out, they would be probably off the team pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I think we also see the end goal with all of this, and we know how important and awesome this could be, and how we're a part of something so special. So I think everyone also has the idea of like, you don't want to mess this up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any talks for another documentary? I believe that was before you got there, right?
Yeah,
The
they actually
ESPN one?
already started filming the season 2 of Banana Land,
Awesome.
but the only thing is it's not ESPN filming it. So ESPN would have to buy the rights if they want to do a season 2. But I think I'm already in a couple of the parts of the new documentary. But yeah, not totally sure if what's going to happen there. If we're going to have games on ESPN, no one really knows yet.
Yeah, that was
out.
great.
Yeah,
that documentary is
I
super
loved
cool.
it. I thought it was really, really cool.
Yeah, I was hoping for a season 2, so that's good.
I got a question, a little challenge for you actually. So let's say the hockey guys, like little backstory, had talked to Savannah from your marketing team about coming down there and just finding a time to come down there. So we did a little bit of brainstorming of what kind of content we could pull off if we did get to a game.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if we're coming tomorrow and you got to choose what the hockey guys are making on the diamond at a game, what stunts are we pulling for entertainment?
Oh man. So I just thought of this. I don't know why this popped in my head. Can you imagine? How many guys do you have in your group?
10.
Perfect. Can you imagine you guys went out with your hockey sticks and played all 9 positions? And literally the only person with a bat is the hitter. So like imagine the pitcher had a hockey stick and like hit the ball into the strike zone, and then you guys have your like gloves and a stick, and you have to play with that.
Yes,
That would be
literally
sick. Like
and
one
then
inning,
we're on
maybe.
rollerblades so that we can at least move a little quicker.
Actually,
Make up
no.
for the
No, if you were on
disadvantage,
rollerblades, you would stick right in the Savannah, Georgia grass in the dirt.
Oh, it's soft.
That's a good idea.
That is.
I think we should.
That'd be so funny. Like you get hit, it hits the outfield, and Frizz has to take a slap shot.
Yeah, we gotta get it in, hit the cut.
It gets wedged in the fence, and you like can't get the ball out with your stick.
Yeah.
That'd be a tough inning for the Bananas.
Yeah, that would. And I think on a easier scale, I think like a first pitch, you guys slap shotting a banana would be sick. And obviously the first pitch counts, so you would be a part of the game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll try and make it happen.
I'll pitch that to Savannah and see what she says.
Yeah. I bet she'd
We'll
love
say
it.
you gave it to us, so maybe we'll say yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got a little bit of a game here. We got 3 Jackson Olson TikTok videos. We're gonna watch them, and then you're gonna rate them. Tell me what you think about them.
I haven't seen them.
I haven't even watched them yet. No,
So we'll.
I got them right here.
Here's the first one coming through to you on your phone. This is an oldie.
An oldie. Uh-oh.
Oh yeah. You even got a Banana Republic shirt on you.
Oh no!
Shadowing.
I know. I was manifesting. I was manifesting at that time. All right. You know what? You know why I'm gonna rate this a 2?
Oh.
I'm gonna rate this a 2 because I left my toilet seat open, and that's just you can't do that. That's just a no go. You can't do that.
There. That was like
It literally wasn't. It wasn't, and then I realized it's actually kind of funny leaving that in.
No, that was great. I'm giving that one 8.5. I like the vibes of it, and you're just the guy that you can pull those things off. It's not weird or anything like that. You find a way to make it work. So 8.5.
Yeah, that deserves way more than a 2. I'm gonna go with like a 7, 8. Like that takes some guts to dance in your bathroom like that. We've been there. We know what it feels like. So
your hips are a lot looser than mine. That's for sure.
That was just that was a preliminary challenge for being on the bananas. So
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, let's see this.
Send in number 2.
1-2.
Video number 2. Oh yeah,
Have you ever met or seen the guy or know who it is who said it?
I want to meet him definitely. I feel like
The man that fueled the fire.
I'll give him a handshake and a hug, and yeah.
I'll say thank you. I'm giving that one a 10.
Yeah,
Sure.
that is
Easy
a 10.
10's a crossover here.
All right, 10. I'll give it a 10 too. I'll be on the bandwagon with 10.
I don't know if we've ever had a situation where we had just that good timing on a video being caught with us. Have we?
I don't think so.
Nothing comes to mind.
No.
I always wish for those moments to happen where something just perfect happens, and then like one of you guys falling or something like that. But haven't been that lucky
It
yet.
definitely wasn't going to be any of us in here scoring a goal. So
All right, this is the last one.
All right.
This one's
All right, funny story about this one actually. So luckily, and I'll give this an 8, and I'll tell you why it's an 8 and not a 10. I didn't know I was doing this. I totally forgot that I was doing the hamstring injury when I was halfway to home, and everyone in the dugout was hitting their leg. There were like 6 guys like hitting their leg, and I was like, "What? Like, what are they talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, the hamstring!" I'm like, "This is the 3rd run of the game. Like, I have to do the hamstring thing," and ended up doing it and pulling it off. But we do entertainment meetings before every game, and I was the one that like I'd seen this trend. I'm not sure if a lot of other guys had seen it, so I volunteered to like be the test dummy to do it, and I ended up doing it during the game, so it kind of worked out perfectly.
So they just picked a random, just the 3rd run was going to do it.
I think it was either the 2nd or 3rd run.
Or
Yeah,
whoever.
so we do like that's how we frame it. So like after the 1st run, we run through the stands and we give high fives. The 2nd and 3rd runs are all like a celebration, whatever it is.
That's cool because then it changes up who's doing it, and it's kind of random. Everyone's on their feet. That's cool.
Yep.
I didn't know.
I mean, that's a high rate. That's a high
that's
rating.
a 10.
Was that one of your first games? Like
That was my first game.
first
that
game?
was my
Yeah, I
first time
thought I
scored,
remember
yeah.
that. Yeah, look at that.
Would that would have forgetting to do that move to you been worse than having like a missed ball over first or something like that? What would have been worse?
That would have been the worst thing ever. Except I've also messed up 2 celebrations that I'm luckily they haven't posted. I'm hoping they don't post it. I had to do a split at home plate, and I can't do a split at all. So I've seen the video of me trying to do it, and it's the worst thing in the entire world. So I'm glad they haven't posted that. And I also messed up a dance at home plate. So it's easy to mess things up, especially when you're not a trained professional dancer.
Oh, it's terribly easy too. Like, especially if you don't hear the song, like trying to get these and like me and the other guys to do something that has to be timed out well is what like that is so hard to do. I can only imagine the pressure to pull off some kind of dance like that in the middle of a game, knowing that you only have 1 take. And it's like with these guys, we were like 5 takes minimum to pull off a video like that. So
I remember that trend was super hot too, right when you were doing it. It was just perfect timing, and that's super cool that it was your first game too.
Yeah, that was
Definitely
a really
memory.
cool moment.
Well, great.
I got nothing else.
Me neither.
That was awesome.
That was great.
That was really good.
Thank you for being our first official guest.
Literally,
Thanks for
perfect
having me as your
guest.
first guest.
I mean, we were a little nervous, but it's very easy to talk to you, and hopefully we can finally meet in person one day. Well, hopefully, maybe we'll meet you out on the tour at one city.
Literally at a Bananas game. That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. We'll obviously figure out some content stuff.
Of course.
And yeah.
Well, great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And everyone, that's Jackson Olson. And be sure to follow him at Jackson Olson _. That's the account that lived on. And check out the Savannah Bananas this summer.
Yeah, go get yourself an Olson jersey.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Thanks, guys.
Well, there you have it. Our first official guest.
That was great. He's a good guy.
The energy he brings is incredible.
Yeah, dude. He knows what he's talking about too.
Yeah. I liked him. He was kind of exactly what I did expect. Like you can tell from the content that he posts and stuff that that's what you're getting. And I think he was pretty valuable in terms of the kind of story that he has and some of the things that he mentioned on there. To me, I didn't really think about it the way he did, so it was really cool to hear that coming from him.
Yeah, I think he'd be a great honorary hockey guy one day.
Oh yeah,
Get him a jersey and bring him out, even bring him to a game or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I learned a lot from him too. Like his mindset's a little bit different. Same sort of path that we had, but definitely a little bit different as he's on his own. He's not a group. And for him to stick with it after playing very competitive college baseball, I mean, it's pretty unique, I would say.
Yeah. Well, I always said it too, that he's kind of like as close as to someone like us in another sport as him in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
The paths are like so similar, kind of the way they jumped into the MLB, kind of how we started doing stuff with NHL. We don't have a creator class, but that kind of a path that he took and being like the first one to do it too was really similar stories.
Yeah, he's passionate about it for sure. You can just hear it every time he has a story or tells his story. He loves it. As you can tell, he's probably going to keep doing it for a while.
Yeah,
and we hope he does. And yeah, we'd definitely love to go meet him in person, get some content.
I want to go to Banana Ball bad.
Yes, me too.
Really bad.
That is on the 2023 bucket list.
Whether it's in Savannah or I'm pretty sure they go to Omaha. I might be wrong on that.
I think they might.
They come to the Midwest.
We'll have to check the schedule.
Milwaukee. They go to Milwaukee.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that's close to us. That'd be super fun, man. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Hope you all enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing it for. We want
this is fun.
We want to get some insights. We hope you guys get some insights as well and kind of understand our mindsets as we create stuff, but also other creators' mindsets and how they do their own stuff. Because everyone has their own story. Everyone's had their own ups and downs. So it's always cool to hear how they deal with it and how they plan on to keep going and stuff like that. So
it's just a great creator on creator chat.
Great
just
creator
like,
chat.
Just like we wanted.
Great creator chat.
We're fans and we hope you are too.
We're fans, Jackson.
Big fan.
We're big fans. That was great. I think we need to start planning to play some baseball with hockey sticks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We need to find a way to get on that field.
The only issue would be that grass.
Oh, that'd be tough. I call it infield.
The friction as soon as the blade,
Imagine being first base.
Be better on the dirt.
Imagine being at first base trying to bat down a ball.
Oh, we just have to put Bibby there because he's the goalie.
Oh, Bibby's a catcher.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That'd be awesome. I want to go run around the stands, wear those yellow uniforms.
Yeah.
Beat up on the party animals.
Eat some hot dogs.
Yeah, we could be the professional hot dog eaters for the Bananas.
Yeah, I wonder if they just need like a group of. Obviously, they probably have people serving food and drinks and stuff, but
that'd be fun.
If they just, I would do that instead of play baseball.
Be vendors and go up and down.
I don't have to go on the field. I would just be part of the fan entertainment in the stadium.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
Put on a banana costume and serve hot dogs. Sweet. Good job, everybody.
Yeah,
good first episode.
Awesome.
Thank you again to Jackson Olson for joining, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in and listening
or watching.
I forget we're doing that too.
Don't forget to hit that download button for future episodes.
Follow, like, share, tell your friends.
Sweet. We're only getting better.
We're trying.
So leave a comment on the video, DM us on Instagram. Let us know who you'd like us to have on an interview.
Thanks for listening, watching, tuning in.
Thanks for coming to the Fan Club Podcast.
Fan Club Pod is out.